Alicia here, and I wanted to come and talk about. We're going to do two WWE videos this morning. We're going to be talking about Clash of Champions predictions, and we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. So, without further ado, let's get started because we're going to be talking about what went down on Monday Night Raw. So, baby, I got this pulled up. So, without no further ado, we're going to be talking about that. So, we got a lot to talk about. Ooh, so like I said, we got a lot to talk about and thing, and I'm going to start with WWE has offered the main characters of Retribution a contract. Now, it started, I did not get why they did that. I mean, to me, I know, we get them under here, we can see who they are. So I get that might be the one. So the bar assisted of T-Bar, Mac, and I hope I can say Slapjack. They made their ring debut. These are the bigger guys. But it's two other members they didn't mention. Maya Yim is one, and Dakota Kai. The two females of the group. I'm like, dang. So, but they're the main ones that it is all about. But I think one of the members might be, I think one of the tall members, I'm looking at the white, no offense. I'm looking at one of the taller members of it, and I'm thinking that particular member might be Lars Sullivan, because it's been a while since we've seen Lars Sullivan. Was Lars Sullivan released back in April? So I'm thinking that tall member might be Lars Sullivan. All right, then you have the Hurt Business come out. They get attacked and everything. And then that's when MVP, and then they got gained up on. Let's just say they got gained up on. And MVP issued a challenge of the Bar versus the Retribution. Okay, turned out at the end, at the end of the show, close to the end of the show, you have none other, the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, and Cedric Alexander, and Shelton in a match. Okay, I'm going to come back to Cedric in a minute, because I'm going to tell y'all why I feel like he should not have been in this match, and I'm going to give you why. And the reason is, the reason they start going back and forth, the match was pretty good with the three men from Retribution. That match was really good, but the Hurt Business was one step ahead of them. But with all of that, you had about 50 about 50 or 60 other Retribution members. Y'all, here comes Drew McIntyre. And I'm gonna say it. Here comes Drew McIntyre with the cavalry helping to beat that, what? But yeah, I was very shocked with that. Now, let's talk about, I'm going backwards, so yeah. Let's talk about Raw Underground. You have Raw Underground, Braun Strowman defeating, okay, I hope I pronounced his name right, Dabby, Dabba Kato. Dabby Kato. And I'm like, Okay. And I'm like, okay, this match is pretty good. I'm getting into the match, but mostly it was pretty good. It was a pretty good match, but Braun Strowman ended up winning at the end. Number one, never mess with Braun Strowman. It's the one first thing. Second thing, if you're a big man like Braun Strowman, always give him the respect. I'll always give Braun Strowman the respect. That's all I have to say. So then we had Asuka. Before we get to Asuka, we got some good. I want to talk about one of the first female matches of the night. So we had Zelina Vega versus Mickie James. I wasn't too pleased that Zelina Vega beat Mickie for that opportunity. I actually felt like Mickie should have had that opportunity, but you never know what WWE is doing. Do I think Zelina Vega should have been the one to get that opportunity? No. It's not that I'm dogging her. It's just, how can she go by just getting a title belt opportunity? We know Zelina Vega as Rosita. Yeah, Rosita when she was on TNA. We all know what her wrestling style and her wrestling moves are. Move sets. She showed us some moves. Have we seen her wrestling the past few years? No, we haven't. So she should be at the bottom of, and like I'm saying, she should be at the bottom of the should be at the bottom of the top, the Divas division bottom toe pole. Okay, what I mean by that is, like, she just now started the wrestling. She's at the bottom and she needs to work up. She don't need to come from working up and boom, she gets that opportunity. That's not how things work. So I feel like I'm saying, yeah, even though she earned her title belt shot, I'm saying she's going to fall short. But I'll get on that in a later bit. So then it was a match between Peyton Royce and Asuka. And like Billie Kay's out there supporting her, even though they ain't, the Iconics no more. She's out there supporting her and stuff like that. You can do that and stuff. But I'm like, dang. It was a real good match. But Asuka, the match had ended with a disqualification with the interference of Vega, since Vega became the number one contender for the title belt. So, yeah. Let's talk about the women's tag team. You had Lana and Natalya versus Nia Jax and Baszler. And as I'm gonna talk about the Night of Champions before I go. But I'm going to say this. This match, it was okay, but again, Lana sacrificed, buried again. Like I said in my other video on one of the Divas Wrestling Talks, Vince McMahon needs to control his emotions. And the only reason Lana has been beaten down now 2 weeks straight is because her husband, her real life husband, formerly known as Rusev, if you remember back in April, was released from WWE. So none other, he signed a contract with WWE's rival AEW. Now, it's several other couples that other people that dates that is married or date people from AEW. Are y'all going to bury Adam Cole because he date Brooke Baker from AEW? Y'all haven't done nothing to him, so Now, I know for a fact y'all did bury Cedric Alexander because his wife signed with AEW, now known as Big Swole. Have y'all did anything to Peyton Royce because her husband, better known as Mr. Ty Dillinger, Mr. 10 himself, is over there as well. Have y'all buried her? No, it's certain people y'all bury, none other. I'm just saying, what is the problem with that? So Lana got buried again, so we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna go down with that. So then we got let me come and talk about Apollo Crews versus Cedric Alexander. Okay. If y'all remember, Cedric Alexander, probably about a couple weeks ago, betrayed Ricochet and Apollo Crews. And thing. Apollo Crews is doing everything on his own and everything. Now, do I think Cedric Alexander did what was best for him? I don't think so in the long run. He's going, if something goes wrong and he hurt business faction, he's the one that's going to take that blame. So remember that, y'all. I want y'all to remember that. So down the line, if something happened to the Hurt Business and they blame Cedric Alexander, y'all come back to my video and realize, oh my God, Alicia was right. So I mean, him doing that, betraying them, that was the lowest a scum thing to do. But none other, y'all know how this started. MVP was trying to give Apollo Crews some advice, say, hey, let me manage you and stuff. If he don't wants to be managed by you, like I said several weeks ago, he doesn't. So if he wants to do things on his own, he can. None other. I'm gonna come back about that the other thing. So let's see what we got. Now we had a triple threat tag team title match. It was none other Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Mysterio. Okay. Versus Andrade Cien and Angel Garza. Also versus, oh Lord, Seth Rollins and Murphy. Man, that was a good match. I thought Dominic and Humberto Carrillo had that until what Angel Garza did. But come on, Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Mysterio, they make a great tag team. I think not now, but later down the line or in the near future, they come back together again and tag team together, because I think they'll make a great tag team. Now, do I think Angel Garza and Andrade Cien will have a chance to get the tag team titles? Not if the issues they had last week flare up again. We got two tag teams in this situation: Nia Jax and Tamina, and Garza and Andrade Cien. So we're going to see where that goes. But the other thing is, let me talk about Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins has had an investigator following the Mysterio family and had the Mysterio kids tested. We've been through this all already. We've been through it with the storyline with the late great Eddie Guerrero. Come on, can WWE stop using the Mysterio kids and DNA testing storyline? We are sick. And he kind of trying to tear a rip into it, because what he was going after Aaliyah, and Aaliyah is 19 years old, and she's clearly an adult, and she's like a naive, and her dad ended up saying she's just a naive girl, and she go, "Puppy," and stuff. So I'm going, and Mama goes after her, then Ray and going, what? And they leave out, and Seth Rollins gave this cackle smile. I knew he was up to no good. Then when Aaliyah was by herself, And I don't think Ray was like not too far from it. And I'll give props to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I got to give him props because he called it and said they're going to do a storyline between Murphy and Aaliyah. They're going to do a storyline between Murphy and Aaliyah, and I agree with them. None other. I'm going to say it. I will say it. I will agree. I do agree with that. But would Murphy turn on... Will Murphy turn against Seth Rollins? Will Aaliyah turn against her own family? So we got to see where that's gonna go. But I mean, I think the Monday night was a pretty good match. Pretty good night. We had a couple of matches, but we got to see what's gonna go down this Friday. And the question of the day is, are y'all excited that none other Zelina Vega is getting a women's title belt shot, or do y'all think that should have went to Mickie James? All right, y'all. I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel.